Good evening, Arianespace guests. I must start in apologizing because I need to talk to 200 million Brazilians. I will speak in Portuguese, okay? Prezado senhor Maximiliano Martinhão,
Dear Mr. Maximiliano Martinhão, Secretary for Information Policy at the Ministry of Science, Technology, Innovation and Communications, and Mr. Arthur Coimbra, Director for Broadband at the Ministry of Science, Technology and Communications and Chairman at the SGDC's Steering Committee, on behalf of whom I greet the members of the Brazilian government and Telebras. Dear Mr. Stéphane Israel, CEO of Ariane, and Monsieur Rémi Letuc, Telecom Projects VP at Arianespace and now a friend. Ladies and gentlemen, today, we accomplished the most visible part of this program, its most representative part. In a few hours, SGDC's launch will become news all over Brazil. Brazilians of all cities will benefit from such an accomplishment. Thanks to SGDC, Telebras services will reach their final destination in cities, villages and communities that were once isolated, remote and lonely, but will now change for better. Likewise, the Brazilian Armed Forces shall improve their operation with this new satellite, ensuring our sovereignty. When Visiona was created, bringing together ideas from Embraer, Telebras, the Ministry of Communications, the Brazilian Arianespace and the Armed Forces, it had a target, to deliver the mission. Looking back, we realize we've taken the good decisions, our efficient management, our contract partners' performance, Thales Alenia Space and Arianespace, as well as the relationship established between all parties, resulted in countless gains for the program. Visiona fulfilled its role as of the detailing of specifications, search and selections, which was carried out in record time and in a transparent way, up to this day, when we carried out the launch of a satellite, a project that had its deadlines and costs respected and that exceeds the performance expected, adding value to Telebras. We've been trusted with the mission to turn Visiona into the Brazilian integrator of space system. Our engineers and professionals from different areas gained valuable experience throughout these years, and today we can affirm that we are ready for the challenge and proposing innovating solutions to the Brazilian needs in the space area, providing a national technology to solve concrete problems while looking for greater efficiency in carrying out future programs. Management and technology aimed at results. The commitment towards national technology is part of Visiona's DNA, and it had already provided some results. We've recently concluded the codification phase and started the test phase for the first national system of orbit and attitude control for satellites, a critical technology that just a few countries have and that is now available for Brazilian future satellite program. SGDC's governance proved to be an efficient management tool. Thanks to the support and the partnership between Telebras, the Ministry of Defense, the Ministry of Technology, Science, Technology, Innovation and Communications, Chief of Staff Office and the very presidency of the country, this state project has been executed in an integrated manner, meeting or even exceeding the expectations. SGDC is a milestone in Brazilian telecommunications, security and also for our spatial industry. We thank all of our partners, Visiona's Executive Board, Minister of Defense, Mr. Raul Jungmann, Minister of Science, Technology and Communications, Mr. Gilberto Kassab, and Mr. Antonio Loss, President of Telebras. On behalf of Visiona's staff, we thank you very much.
Boa noite a todos. Excelentíssimo senhor Presidente da República, Michel Temer, excelentíssimos senhores, Ministro da Ciência, Tecnologia e Inovações e Comunicações,
Mr. President of Brazil, Minister of Defense, Mr. Raul Jungmann, President of Telebras, President of Visiona, Eduardo Bonini, President of Arianespace, Stéphane Israel, Mr. Vice President of Thales Alenia Space, Rémi Letuc, other authorities, ladies and gentlemen. It is a historical day in Brazil, with the first satellite of the Brazilian government entering into orbit. The country will be able to provide high-capacity broadband access all over its territory. Services provided in the outskirts of large-sized cities, the countryside, rural areas and the Amazon will have the same quality enjoyed by users in great urban centers. This will be possible thanks to the work of Telebras and partnerships with the private initiative. In its turn, defense-related communications will increase in sovereignty, autonomy and readiness. Military communications will count on the best coverage we've ever had. Such a coverage will allow for more effective ground and marine operations, benefiting from equipment of a lower size and greater capacity. In addition to the gain the satellite represents to Brazil, this whole process represents the renewal of an aerospace policy that began back in the 80s, when the first Brazilian satellite was launched. The technological improvement carried out by dozens of Brazilian professionals in the past years by means of absorption and transfer of technology will help Brazil building a future highly complex satellite. It's the conclusion of an accomplished project that lasted 5 years. It mirrors the capacity of scientists, Brazilian technicians, as well as the professionalism of everybody involved. Now, it's important to be aware that this is an intense work. We have a long path in the future to develop the launches and the satellites. If you allow me to say, I would like to suggest the utilization of the base of Alcântara at the state of Maranhão and more autonomy in the monitoring optical and meteorological of our territory. Finally, on behalf of everybody involved, I would like to thank the President, Michel Temer, whom, despite of physical restrictions that are naturally understood, he dedicated himself to the accomplishment and to the obtention of the resources necessary to the accomplishment of this mission, as well as Minister Gilberto Kassab, who chose this project as being a priority for science, technology and communications. Thank you very much. Good evening, you all.
Il me faut quelque temps pour me calmer parce que c'était très...
I need a bit of time to recover, you know, emotionally speaking.
Moi aussi, je voudrais parler en coréen.
I'd like to address you in Korean, but there's only 5 or 6 people who can understand Korean language, so it's going to be challenging. Is there one of the French, yes, soldiers who come from Korea, yes? Maybe? Okay, no. Okay, I'll start with French first. So, Mr. Eduardo Bonini, oh, apologies, and from Visiona in Brazil, dear Mr. Stéphane Israël, as you of Arianespace, dear Mr. Rémi Letuc, dear Mr. Humbert, VP of Thales Alenia Space, dear Mr. Teta from the Ministry of Science, dear colleagues from Katie Saad, all of them are still up to experience this very intense moment. Dear ladies and gentlemen, if I may, I'll address you in English now.
Thank you. There is a saying in Korean, let's say, 고진감래. That means that bitterness comes, sweetness follows. Indeed, we have some difficult times and hard moments because of the delay of launching.
But maybe this is why the launching success of this day today is all the more sweet than I expected. In every aspect of life, we all have challenges. Sometimes we faced with some problems which is unexpected and seemingly beyond our control. But what is important thing is, I think, to keep our faith and trust and look at the bright side rather than get caught up in the situation. The messages from Stefan Israel constantly sent us every day was, in a sense, a signal of hope. With that hope, I could be able to redirect new messages to my colleagues and customers with hope and confidence. So I would like to say thank you, Stefan Israel. Could you applaud it? Thank you very much. Because of his energetic effort in communication with us and with the Ghanaian peoples as well, and also launching safely our satellite. To dear my customers, I cannot thank you enough your kind understanding, kind trust toward us. Last month, I was very grateful. Your patient, you displayed so nice and positive spirit in spite of that. I brought you thousands of miles away from your home, but there was no launching show. Now, with launching success, I could say, dear my customers, that you have choice well in trusting KTSAT as new business partner. For KTSAT, we will remember this day as a kind of beginning of our company because the launching success will give us a mark of the new era and a kind of milestone for KTSAT. With Korea Sat 7, our service coverage will expanding to not only for Korean Peninsula, but also everywhere in Asia. So we will take a bigger step toward being more global satellite operator. So I would like to extend my deep appreciation to launching mission team of Arianespace and the task team who managed to maintain the safe and healthy condition our satellite in spite of very difficult and hardy conditions. I would like to take this opportunity to convey my heartfelt gratitude to all the Arianespace staffs and personnel who made every effort and personal sacrifice to return the customers back home, even though there are so many difficult times there. Last of all, and most importantly, I would like to express my gratitude sincerely to our chairman of KT Group, Dr. Hwang Chang-gyu, for his full support and encouragement all through this time. Merci à vous. Bravo.
Good evening to all. So what fantastic launch, and what a great day with a very nice opportunity to see the rockets with a clear sky. It was wonderful. So first, congratulations to the Brazil space community, Eduardo Bonini and everybody at Visiona, Telebras, and Brazilian MOD teams as well. Congratulations to Juan Sican and everybody at Catesat Company. Juan, as a new CEO, I think it's a great start. Your satellites are now in space. We are very proud of these achievements, with an excellent teamwork and cooperation between our teams. We are very pleased for you. Well done to all of you for this superb achievement. In terms of today's magnificent launch, I would like to thank Stéphane and all the team at Arianespace. Ariane 5 operated like clockwork, I would say, as usual, and that's definitely due to your team's know-how and skill accumulated over years. Great job. A big thank you also to Thales Arianespace teams for the huge investments during the manufacturing of these two satellites. And is concerned, a special thanks to Brazilian team who actually support us with an excellent cooperation and team spirit for designing, building, and testing their satellites with our team. It was an outstanding project, and behind outstanding projects are remarkable people. Collaboration with everybody at Catesat is always a great pleasure. We are particularly proud of the deep relationship we have built between our two companies over more than 14 years. And I do hope this will continue forever. Concerning the next steps, right after separation, Thales Arianespace teams have taken over the control of your satellites, and Michel Roussy and Pierre Guillermin, respectively SGDC and CORSAT 7 project managers, just confirmed me that we have first cry for your babies. So we do receive your telemetries and we have the satellite on control. Special thoughts and best wishes to our Thales team for the next operation phases, where they will bring your satellites at their final orbital position. Afterwards, in-orbit satellite tests will start. I will confirm their performances in orbit before giving the keys to my dear customers, Eduardo and Juan. On behalf of Jean-Louis Gall, we wish you to both Visiona, Telebras, Catesat, and your customers the very best for both SGDC and CORSAT 7 satellites. We look forward to seeing you again for such kind of space magic events. Congratulations to all.
Bien, mesdames et messieurs, je conclurai en français, si vous me...
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll bring these speeches to a conclusion in French. When listening to the speeches of my Korean and Brazilian friends, and Eduardo can address you in French just as well, but I was just thinking, well, under the current circumstances, I say that France is larger than itself. When it opens up onto the world, then Ariane is a magnificent European project, as a matter of fact. So we'll be back on the 18th of May for a very important client for Arianespace, SES, namely. We'll be here with Soyuz as well, with which we have a fantastic cooperation going on. And as early as the 1st of June, we'll be back with Ariane, and we'll be servicing two very important clients, VA236 and Eutelsat, namely, and we've launched American satellites for Boeing, and French as well as European satellite for Airbus. So there again, a nice opening to what makes the world and nations beautiful and exciting.
Some nice words from the customers summing up their satisfaction about events this evening, and that will do it for us from Kourou. Over some last final shots of the launch replay, we will say goodbye. Arianespace's 4th launch of the year, and the 2nd with an Ariane 5, a big success, made us wait. but all's well that ends well. 2 new satellites on their way, beginning lives in space, bringing internet and other services to more people in Brazil and Korea. SGDC and KoreaSat-7, congratulations to everybody involved. That makes 78 straight successes for Ariane 5. Our next launch, as Stefan Israel said, May 18th, that'll be the second Soyuz of the year, the passenger SES-15. You won't want to miss it. We'll be here. We hope you will be too. Till then, on behalf of everybody here at Europe's Spaceport, the Guyana Space Center, Joshua Jampel saying thank you for being with us. We hope you enjoyed it. We certainly did. And we look forward to being with you next time. Goodbye, everybody.
3, 2, 1, top, allumage et décollage.